From the return of multiple Marvel mythics to crazy references in the battle pass and even leaks on the return of the Chapter 2 map as well as Chapter 6 later this year, here's everything new in Fortnite Season 4. If you're looking for new bosses and mythics, you might want to head to the Doomstat POI. In the comics, it's the capital city of Latveria, Doom's country. On the surface, it's a peaceful and happy village, but only because of Doom's reign of terror. There's cute Easter eggs like Doom's domain, where nearby you'll encounter the first official villain this season, Mysterio. When fighting him, he'll teleport around you and will also create clones of his own, just like the Dr. Sloan boss from Invasion. Once defeating all of his clones and Mysterio himself, he'll drop the new mythic Sovereign Shotgun as well as his stealth medallion. To use it, simply crouch and it'll make you invisible for a short period of time. Right next to Doomstat is Castle Doom, Doom's personal residence, holding all of what's valuable to him, while next to it is Doom's forge. However, you're going to be tasked to face not Doom himself, but his loyal enforcer, the Doombot. This is the boss of the POI, and upon defeating him, you'll be rewarded with the reworked arcane gauntlets that the Dr. Doom boss dropped in Chapter 2 Season 4, except now they work like Iron Man's repulsors when attacking, with increased attack speed and damage, but now also overheat. Doombot also drops the mythic Monarch pistol, which is a new item, and the Siphon medallion, which is pretty self-explanatory because it grants health and shield from eliminating opponents. On the other side of the map though, you'll notice Pleasant Piazza is no more, as it's been taken over by the new Raft POI. This place is described as a high security prison for all kinds of supervillains and extraterrestrial threats. It's inside this prison in the center of it that it's decorated in a classy manner, as it's the base of operations for the boss Emma Frost, who can turn invisible when you fight. When you manage to defeat her, she'll grant the mythic Burst Assault Rifle and her reveal medallion, which will occasionally mark the position of enemy players nearby. Apart from the bosses themselves, these POIs will be filled with multiple of Doom's henchmen, which can secretly help you. If you take them down, you'll notice just like the Stark bots from Stark Industries, you can give them a second chance by reviving them and they'll follow you into battle. Doom's henchmen can also be found in large groups near the new dig sites around the map and will attack you instantly if they spot you, so use the stealth to your advantage. That said, it's time to talk about the battle pass because it's full of hidden references. Take Gwenpool for example, who just like Deadpool has a fourth wall breaking description saying that she watched the Galactus event, so she counts as an Avenger. I'm not sure about you guys, but this convinces me that we're all Avengers if so, and if you take a look at Gwenpool's glider, you'll realize something that only hardcore Marvel fans will. The glider features a small pig on it, and that's not just any regular pig, it's the Pig Gwen, which is in the comics that Gwenpool dressed with one of her outfits as to distract her enemies, but later kept it as a pet. Mysterio, on the other hand, is a complete opposite and has something that makes him even more cool than we thought him to be. At first glance, the skin is taken straight from the comics, but if you take a look at his other styles, you realize the third one is inspired by his movie suit in Spider-Man Far From Home. And even Captain Jonesy has a couple references in his suits. Not only is the first one the suit worn by Captain America in the Winter Soldier film, but his second style is a teaser to another character. That character is known as US Agent, who you may have seen appear in the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show, and you can see both the suits match each other perfectly in terms of colors. But that's not the craziest part, because Fortnite, as always, has recreated some iconic memes. Marvel fans surely know the infamous meme of Wolverine holding a picture and feeling nostalgic about it. But now with Peelverine in the game, Fortnite didn't miss out, because in the bonus rewards section of the battle pass, they added an emoticon that literally references it. It's not only the memes they've recreated though, it's the weapons too, because the Striker Burst Assault Rifle from Chapter 2's made a return with some balance changes. It's now much more powerful as it can use weapon attachments, has less reload time, increased fire rate, and even increased damage, so it'll be a great option for picking up. But the most broken weapon undeniably this season are the Micro Dual SMGs. They have the highest fire rate out of any weapon in the game, and their damage is pretty up there too. Using them, you can destroy anyone in seconds, even if they build. And soon there will also be a mythic version of them, which you can acquire by going to Gwenpool, so these will definitely be broken as well. Speaking of broken items, just take a look at the newest mythic, which is the War Machine Arsenal. It has 3 unique items that you'll have to equip in order to have the full War Machine package. The turret will be activated next to your shoulder when equipping it, and it'll automatically lock onto your enemies. Then the jetpack's pretty similar to Iron Man's from the last Marvel season, except this one has a boost ability. And the third item is the arsenal itself, the mythic War Machine gauntlets, which you can get from rare chests and by capturing Loot Island. Those will fire small bullets from the gauntlets and can also launch multiple missiles similar to the mechs from Season X. There's also another weapon that has a similar vibe to the past one, and that is the Monarch pistol. It's a mix of the revolver and hand cannon pistols with decent damage. But what's really special about this one is you have first shot accuracy even when you're moving, making your shots much more precise than than they usually would be. Another weapon with a similar counterpart is also in game now. The new Sovereign Shotgun is a weapon that functions similarly to the lever action shotgun, which has a slow fire rate but can be very accurate when you aim it. And the best part about the new season isn't even here yet though, because in week 5 of this season we're going to be getting the addition of multiple Stark related weaponries. The Stark energy rifle will be making a return, and we can also expect to see the Stark shotgun from the trailer. That's not all though, because alongside them they'll also be adding a return of the Stark drones and the brand new Stark stands, from where you'll see the new Iron Man repulsors as well as his returning unibeam. Before we get into that, we're giving away 5 battle passes in the Discord linked in the pinned comment, so go enter. Something that's caught everyone by surprise in the new season is the fact that there's a lot of returning mythics too, and it's teased the return of one of the most loved LTMs ever. If you played the last Marvel season, you might know how fun the past mythics were, and Epic took the decision to create an LTM we all know as Marvel Knockout, where the loot pool was strictly Marvel powers. With all the mythics re-added to the game's files, it's very possible that this LTM might be returning, and this time there's a lot more Marvel mythics to choose from. That's not the only LTM that we'll be getting soon, because Epic's also working on a long requested one. For years, people have been asking for a melee weapons only LTM, and Epic is finally ready to deliver. After years of them adding melee weapons, they're now working on a new melee LTM, and it'll be named Metal Mosh Pit. And there's even greater news for fans of Reload. After seeing the mode's massive success, Epic confirmed in the new season's blog post that it'll be getting even more updates later on this season. We also had leaks that the desert from Chapter 1 will be added to the Reload map, and possibly Paradise Palms, so it looks like it'll start to get themed updates inspired by Chapter 1. That's not the only update, as it'll also be getting a solo mode soon, which I'm not too sure how it'll work, but Epic is testing it. And something else Fortnite's been testing lately is the big return to Chapter 2's map, and after a lot of time, we finally have our official date. Tell your friends, because Chapter 5 Season 4 is set to end on November 2nd, which means that is the day that we're finally going to be able to revisit some of our favorite memories on the Chapter 2 island. That's not the only thing though, because we also have our first look at some of the teasers Fortnite's going to be using to reveal OG2. The golden Peely statue from Chapter 2 Season 2 has been re-added to the game's files, just like last chapter, where different items from Chapter 1 began to appear on the Chapter 4 map to tease OG's first season. And it looks like the same for Chapter 2. Even now, if you accept a challenge from a shadow briefing, a small pop-up from Gwenpool will appear thanking Midas for the XP, so it's safe to say the teasers have already begun. And around the same time Chapter 2 OG releases, Fortnite will be yet again celebrating its birthday, but this time with a twist. The birthday cake is going to have a galaxy texture, meaning we could get a special birthday galaxy skin for this year's birthday event. What we're surely getting though is a new birthday medallion that will spawn birthday balloons for the user, which is something entirely new. Alongside it will be the birthday present item with a galaxy themed wrap to match the cake. Leaks for Chapter 2 OG don't stop there, because the entire live event that'll be taking us to Chapter 6 has already been leaked. Let me explain. Thanks to the roadmap, we knew that the seasons we're revisiting are 1, 2, and 3 so far, but now it's certain that since the end of the event is at the end of the year, it's confirmed to be a remake of Midas's Device event. Just like the end event remake in the first OG season, the event will play out about the same, and once the water wall appears, we'll be teleported to somewhere unknown. So far, some are speculating that after the final teleport, the event will take another route and give us a look at more new modes Fortnite's been planning to add, or it might just be pure story. That brings us to a leak about Chapter 6 and what the new map will look like. Epic accidentally leaked that on the Chapter 6 map, there's going to be a new trophy room POI, meaning we could see another character that's obsessed with gathering artifacts in the next chapter. On top of that, many are expecting the Chapter 6 map is going to be a lot different from others, as from the roadmap leak, it looks like the theme of it will be floating islands. With every chapter, Epic adds some type of new movement mechanics, and one of them this chapter will be the ability to prone in Battle Royale. This is where you crouch down, and not only that, but we have leaked animations for a new swinging mechanic which will work similar to Spider-Man's mythic that we all know and love. There's also going to be a new gym feature, and that's all there is at the moment, but expect more details on Chapter 6 soon as we approach the end of this chapter.